Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Rick Silver. I'm a psychiatrist and the head of Thrive Emerge, an outpatient mental health center in Columbia, Maryland. I also write because sometimes I need to make sense of those things that are troubling me on a deeper emotional and spiritual level. And my writing gives me a chance to step within and name the things that are challenging to me, to give them a different shape, to allow them to have a meaning for me that I can then use to go on with my life. And I like to share my writing with people, which is what I'd like to do today, and with the hopes that for you it can have that same benefit. That is, it offers you the opportunity to go within and look more deeply at some of the things that are troubling you about the coronavirus, and trying to get hopefully some solace out of these words and to help begin to make some meaning of what this is all about, this scourge that has been visited upon us. So with that, sit back and listen a moment. And I'd like to share this piece called Letting Go that I wrote just yesterday. After my father died many years ago, I asked the universe to teach me about letting go. An odd request, perhaps, on face value. We humans are programmed to hold tight to those people and ways that offer comfort and stability. Change is inherently difficult, and we naturally flee from what is perceived as painful and cling to what gives pleasure. But I had sensed that this was the next phase of emotional and spiritual development for me. And it wasn't so much about grieving my father's death. That was difficult, but I was able to ride the inherent rhythms of loss, to experience the rich range of feelings that become available when we accept that we are carried on an ancient tide that writes its own narrative. I had learned from earlier losses that death sets in motion a physiologic process deeply wired into our brains. I had resigned myself to the reality that I was not the author of grief, that loss would, over months and years, inscribe across the emotional and spiritual pages of my life the lessons that it chose for me. I was the student, at times reluctant, at times attentive and eager, and death the master of my soul. When I was able to step back from this process, it made sense that this was so. In my cosmology, the universe endlessly cycles creation and destruction, assembling and destroying molecules, suns, galaxies, life forms, societies. Permanence is an illusion, and continuous change the process that undergirds all creation. In the void created by my father's passing, in the crack that opens us to a greater intelligence at the time of death, in that most clear moment offered by God when what we hold dear is taken from us, I saw how I must direct my inner work. In my 60s, I had come to the realization that, even though, hopefully, my own death was not imminent, God was gently but clearly turning the pages of my book and pointing to the inevitable final chapters. The voice was insistent. Here is your choice. Hold safely and stubbornly to what you know. Believe in what you have attached yourself to, or accept the pain of letting go as a constant companion. Trust in it. Hear how the music of loss weaves for you the new fabric of your life. Know that out of destruction rises innovation, that what falls apart will be brought together in an endless cycle with patterns and possibilities perhaps unimaginable to you. I speak here of the cycles of one life, my life, a small pebble in a vast beach of souls, one small cycle moving within the greater cycles of seasons, of the rise and fall of civilizations, of the birth and death of suns, of the breathing of the entire universe, from the initial big bang of creation to the final sigh of entropic darkness and stillness. As great as we are, as magnificent our achievements, humans are small, blind creatures. Every moment, God offers a possibility of enlightenment, offers the peace that flows from accepting our place in a universe shaped by an inconceivably boundless hand. And every moment, we turn away. The vision of the vastness too great to bear. The light too blinding, the message too frighteningly huge to grasp in our small hearts. Everything in your life, everything that has meaning, everything that offers your life substance, the entire foundation of your being, all is temporary, all is passing, all is impermanent. You see yourself as a mighty mountain, but you are indeed a simple turn of current in the stream, a shifting, fluid moment that has no home. Play with that moment and move on. At this juncture in our world, at this moment when what we know as safe and sure has been stripped away, God again extends a hand, perhaps of comfort, but more likely of invitation. If we listen, behind our fear, deep within the recesses of our souls, where the currents of creation turn and cycle upon grand cycle, we can hear the offering of the ages. Come with me. Let me hold you. Let me show you all that begins and ends. Let me loosen your grasp so that you might hold in your heart the seed of this moment, opening endlessly, inexorably into the next becoming. Thank you. Please come and listen again soon.